is, yeah. It seems like it's like a summer day in November right now. So I wish I had some time to walk around, but I leave tomorrow. I don't know. I think right now, actually, mostly all my favorite sounds are coming out of Los Angeles, surprisingly enough. But I think throughout my career, also London has been a big influence, especially the broken beat scene. I feel like a lot of the stuff that I was listening to and being inspired by was kind of centered in London for a while. But usually there's kind of a scene of musicians that are really holding the torch for soul music. And I feel like it was the East Coast I feel like it was Philly, Atlanta, and New York in the 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. But I think that London had it going on for a while there. But now I feel like LA is kind of just the center of the beat making alternative soul movement. I try to capture a moment of inspiration at the beginning whenever I'm making a track. I don't always start on keys or with beats. I basically just turn on all my equipment in my studio and mess around for a few hours, and hopefully something kind of magical happens. And those are the moments that I try to base my songs off of, something that feels really spontaneous and special to me. And then after that, I go into mathematician mode where I just try to add a bunch of elements and layers to fill out the sound. Each song really had a different story behind it. I met Napalm in Australia. Hiatus Kaiyote opened up for me, and they had only been together a few months, and they gave me an early version of the record, and I tried to share it with as many people as I could because I felt really strongly about that band being, the next great kind of soul band, in my opinion. With my dad, just went home and recorded with them. But Cesar Mariano is also on that track, and he has been a huge influence in my sound. I feel like his album, Sao Paulo, Brazil, is one of my top 10 favorite albums of my life. So he actually reached out to me on Facebook to say thank you for always in interviews telling people that he's one of my favorites. And then it turns out he lives in New Jersey, which, so I could just drive to his house.
Yeah.
So I started to hang out with him and his wife and have dinner and talk about music. Robert Glasper and Emily King are just like New York musicians. So if you live in New York, eventually you end up doing gigs with them or just meeting them. And they're just super cool people. Thundercat I met through Flying Lotus, just being on Brain Theater. And Marcus Gilmore on drums and Jason Fraticelli on bass were actually the two key musicians on the record because they're actually on 4 or 5 tracks, and they really help connect the sound of the record whenever there's a lot of live drumming and bass playing going on. So, they're mostly just friends that I was lucky enough to meet by just traveling and being a musician. Well, Erica, I just feel like I could make like a kind of the perfect song for her, and and then Kendrick, I felt like his last album was one of the first times in a while that I really connected with a hip hop record and enjoyed listening all the way through. Flying Lotus kind of beat me to the punch, working with both of them. But yeah, they're probably the two people I'd love to work with. Cesar Mariano, Sao Paulo, Brazil. There's another Brazilian artist, Arthur Veracai, who had a self-titled album in the early 70s that's up there, probably top 10 for me. For hip-hop, Wu-Tang Clan, 36 Chambers, Outkast, AT Aliens, and Aquemini. For it's weird, I never really listen to electronic albums. I more just experience electronic music through DJ culture and going to clubs and stuff. So, that's been influenced that type of sound, like bass music. I usually get inspired to work on that after I go out to a really nice club with a good sound system. No, I mean, I'm really hugely influenced by my father in a lot of ways. I grew up going to his concerts and seeing how he improvises so heavily in his shows is something that I've really tried to have my own take on. And also, he's put out so many different types of albums. I meet people all over the world, and a lot of them have different albums that are really special to him. So it made it hard for me to feel like, not hard. The hard part was I knew I couldn't come out with an album that I wasn't really excited about, and I felt like I needed it to be, of a certain quality at least, just because I'm gonna be judged against him
compared to
But at the end, I've been making music for so long now, and I really feel like what I do is completely different from what he does. So after years and years of kind of developing my own sound, at this point I don't feel the same type of pressure of comparison, because I know that I kind of am doing my own thing, and I'm proud of what I'm doing.
Reasons for leaving you, I can't think of, never had to.
Well, it's my first time performing here, so I don't know what people are expecting, but I'm doing a version of my album. I have all of the different parts of all the songs separated, so sometimes I will really recreate the song exactly on the record and change some things, but most of the time I try to evolve the song and kind of do a live remix of it where people will recognize certain things from the record, but then it'll go somewhere they weren't expecting. So it's half kind of a recreation of the record, and then I'm also going to do a lot of just straight up improvising, like making beats from scratch. I'll do a couple vocal beatbox arrangements. And it's gonna be fun. This is my 30th show of this tour, and I have 5 more, so I'm feeling confident. It's been like a huge rehearsal this tour, basically. So you guys are getting me at my most rehearsed version of the show. Yeah, I want to say putting this record out has been the best experience of my life musically, for sure. I was really nervous about, sending my baby off into the world, and I've had so many people come up to me and say amazing things about how they feel about the record. And, sometimes as an artist, you kind of actually need to feel that energy back to kind of keep you moving forward. And for me, taking so long to finish the record, I was really depleted from a lot of that. So just being able to share the music with people that have discovered it through friends or just being music lovers, it's been really great for me, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.